Hello, everybody around the world on the Cross TV. Today, our episode, our show will be very unique and very good because we always having those successful stories. We meet the people, we meet the business people who achieve something, and in the business mountain, they keep climbing until they go to the head of the mountain of the business. Today, we're going to have a very influential story about the man who came empty-handed, landed here in California in the area of Rosemead and this amazing California place, and he started from the scratch until he go all the way to become a very successful businessman. Jose Cortez was us. Thank you very much for being with us, Mr. Jose.
My pleasure.
Thank you. I cannot wait to interview you. I have been waiting this through your amazing daughter, Monica, and when I meet her, I really, when I attend your 50th anniversary, it was so good, the food was so good, and the environment was so good. Tell us about this party, 50 years you start. Tell us about yourself.
Well, we celebrate the 50 years in the business, and we were lucky enough to have so many friends, family, and we had people from the city hall, we had councilman, the mayor, we had people from the banks that we worked through the years, and yes. Like you said, that was good food, especially the mariachi. I mean, I think everybody enjoyed that. So.
I'm going to invite you in the Egyptian tea right now. You enjoy the tea with us, and please have some sip of the tea.
I love tea.
You went to Egypt before, right?
Yes. I don't recall what year, but I mean, that was...
how is your experience there before we introduce you?
That was wonderful. That was wonderful. I mean, see the pyramids.
You went to the pyramids?
The show at nighttime, and the museum, and the river.
Oh,
and
so you have been those sound and light shows?
Yeah.
You have been attending that?
Sure.
Wow, that's so good.
That was quite an experience, and which
you went to the museum, and you see how the pharaohs and
the pharaohs, and I saw the Tutankhamun. I mean, everything. We spent probably the whole day there in the museum. There was so many things to see.
All those things. And do you know? Do you remember the food, how it looks like?
Oh, wonderful. Everything was so
because
good.
You are from Mexico, right?
Right.
Which city you are from?
Aguascalientes. It's a small city, second smallest city in Mexico, but one of the most important ones because so many business there. We had IBM, Porsche building cars there, is Audi. I mean, I can spend hours mentioning all the people that's there because it's very, very important city, and people there are very hardworking people. So.
Oh, really, in this city? So you used to be raised up, you born in this city?
I born there.
And
well, I born in Zacatecas, which is the next city over, but we moved to Aguascalientes when I was like 5 years.
5 years old.
5
and
years old.
That's when you learn how to become independent, like depending on yourself, or this
No. At that time, I mean, I went to school for up to sixth grade, and then my dad passed away when I was like 12. Then
12 years old.
The struggle starts.
Oh.
But
how many siblings you have?
How
many siblings, brothers, sisters?
I have one brother and two sisters, but my older sister passed away, so we're only three left.
And 12 years old, and when your dad passed away, what is this impacting you with something? Like you feel?
Very much. I mean, because not having him, I mean, it's like empty. Something is empty. It's a need for.
And he was a high class, middle class, low class?
No, we were very poor. Very poor.
Oh.
And but luckily my mother was a very strong lady. I mean,
really?
She really grew me up straight. I say, okay. And
okay.
One of the things I still remember, I tried to encourage my kids to do the same thing. If you promise something, you better take care of it. If you say tomorrow, it's got to be tomorrow, not the day after, not the,
So that's the value, the first value your mom have been deposited in you. You keep your word, you keep your promise on your, like, you have to work it out.
Exactly, because, I mean, my grandfather, my mother's father, I mean, he was wealthy. They said. I only met him.
But I didn't see the money.
I didn't see the money, and I only met him once, one time. But I mean, supposedly he was very strict. Okay. So that's why my mother's side of the family, they're very, very strong people. Oh. So maybe that's why, I came out, I'm straight. Kind of.
Tell me more, because the people like stories, Tell me how you grow up, your childhood thing, how is the most you remember, how is the most you don't like about it?
Well, since I was little in school, I mean, like I said, I only went to 6th grade, I enjoyed playing baseball. So that was my sport. And through the baseball, I joined a team. I saw.
So this is the picture there, like you are. This is.
Oh,
you
it is
in the baseball. Like,
okay.
Yeah, so the director got the picture.
Okay. So I tell you what happens there is, I heard that in the newspaper that they were gonna have a selection to come to the United States.
Oh.
So I joined the
team.
Well, not the team. There was like 200 players, young players, not supposed to be more than 16. And I joined the crew. There was 200.
So out of 200, 16 has to travel.
They elect 18.
18 people.
And I was so excited to
come to the United States of America
to play. And as I made it. And so we did come in 1966 to play in City of Commerce.
Here, City of Commerce.
City of Commerce. Because City of Commerce, that was sister city of Aguascalientes. Okay, we were sister cities.
Yeah, so call it
exchange.
Kind of
exchange.
Cities. Okay.
Friendship and in
between California and Mexico.
Right. Well, City of Commerce. So there's a way we came in 1966.
So the first time you came here, you came 1966 as a player of baseball ball.
A player. Yeah.
So you play and
I play.
And you do games here with a lot of
we only play I believe 4 or 5 games, but I mean that was quite a history. I mean, because I never expect. I knew United States, that was beautiful. Through all the people, but when I saw, as soon as we crossed the border, and I see all these freeways, the cars, and I just fall in love. Fall in love with the country, and then I had a few relatives here.
Living here, okay.
A couple aunts, my mother's sisters, and couple of cousins, and they give me money, they buy me clothes, they buy me shoes. Oh, and
they show you American.
They even took me to Disneyland.
Okay.
Well, so I feel, well, this is it. This is where I want to be. So, but we went back, and by that time I was almost 17.
So this team is all from Mexico?
There was the kids that they made it in the team.
18 of them came to Commerce, okay, City of Commerce.
If I can see the other picture,
I can see you here.
Okay, that's when we were already here.
You already
playing
here. Okay, and that was your uniform. And the name of the
team. Well, those uniforms they were given to us, to the team
here
by a famous team in Mexico. They just give it like seconds,
Oh, okay.
Yes.
At that time, you came from the family under the not middle family. Like it's you said poor, like really. Like, how poor is it? How?
Well, see, in those days, life in Mexico, in those years, 1957, 56. I mean, life was very, very tough in Mexico. And most of the guys in the team, they were poor like me, very poor, very poor. I mean, because the rich kids, they don't need to come in the team.
They don't need to come to the United States.
No, they do, but they come in different situations. I mean, they have money, they can do anything.
So they sponsor your tickets, they sponsor the team.
My city, along with the City of Commerce, I don't know what they did. They arranged that.
So let me stop here on this because this is the beginning. Okay, now I need the viewers to see where you are now, and then after they see who you are now, so the people will get the idea, and then later we go, Phil, what is this trip looks like? Okay? If you allow me to just run the ad of your company right now. He is the CEO, the founder of this amazing steel company that they do all kind of events and they build it, and the artists. Let's have a look for this with his son Rene. He's the one who running it right now with him. Let's see this video and come back to amazing successful story with Mr. Jose.
Yeah, this gate is definitely a special one, and it's one of the finest gates I think we've ever produced. This is all solid iron. All the materials are structural grade, even the framework. This is a tremendous amount of weight, and we designed these actual brick columns to also help support the gate itself. There's a whole lot more to this project. All these columns repeat themselves, and in between the columns are effectively more small-scale gates, if you will, actually fence panels that don't move, but they exhibit the exact same design, at least the insides, without the crown portion, but everything else is designed to match. And to be honest with you, I really don't see anything that matches it around here. Cortez. I am the next generation CEO and president of JRC Wrought Iron. Our family-owned business provides high-quality security products for residential and commercial clients. JRC Wrought Iron specializes in custom iron gates, railings, fences, and other forms of ornamental iron. Some of our most popular products include commercial perimeter fencing and commercial automatic gates, and custom hand-forged railings and gates, very similar to the European blacksmith style of old. JRC was founded by my father, Joe Cortez, in 1974 in the city of Rosemead, California. He was a big proponent of security and safety in homes, and second of all, the aesthetic aspect of ironwork was something that he's a big fan of, because my father is a great artist. He's a very, very good drawer, and to this day he still manually draws people's gates. I effectively learned how to design ironwork based on all of his old drawings. I myself bring roughly 20 to 22 years of experience, because I started seeing clients personally at around the age 15 or 16. Needless to say, I didn't sell very much at that time. But I learned. I learned how to sell, and I learned how to talk to people. All thanks to my father and his training. A lot of the clients know he's retired, but they also know that he's willing to go out there and see them. You can still sell. My father can still sell, and I believe he's the greatest salesman in the world. And I believe that I was trained by the greatest salesman in the world. And that gives me the confidence to go out and meet people, new people, different types of people with different needs, and to reach them and to gain their trust. There are two things that I believe will be important to the future of JRC Wrought Iron as its CEO. The first is to continue to build upon our previous commercial success. I believe that we can provide a total value proposition for commercial clients as a family-owned business, due to the fact that we can pivot ourselves to adapt to different budgets, material requirements, and time constraints. The second thing, and arguably even more important, is to uphold the values established by my father. If we can continue to do that, I believe JRC Wrought Iron will be here for another 40 years and beyond.
From where you got this name, JRC, standing for what?
Well, basically, they're my initials, Jose Rosario Cortez.
Oh, so this is your name with a middle name.
And also, that was my father's name. And also, it's René's name, Jose René Cortez.
So this is like overlap names in the Mexican culture is?
Basically, yes. And also, his son is John Renard Cortez. So, I mean, it's kind of, we just keep the initial going. I mean,
okay, let me ask you, from where you came here as a player of the the baseball player, and you have been joining the City of Commerce, and when your trip start as a businessman, you came back to your country, or?
No, we went back. We all went back.
Okay.
But I mean, I like like I said, I like the nice things. And,
okay.
And I figured, well, this is it. I'm going back.
You're going to come back to America.
I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I did it. So I managed. I went through a lot of corners I mean, not a corner, but my mother challenges. Because my mother, I wasn't 18 already. I mean, by that time, I was 17 and a half. And my mother wasn't happy for me to leave. I was the last one. I mean, I was the last son. The last son, yeah. And, well, I ended up getting here.
So I need this story for how you come here.
How?
And I know you have a desire, but I heard there is a very good story about it, like miracle, almost miracle.
Well, it was because my mother, she wasn't happy, like I said, to let me come. So
So your only challenge was your mom doesn't like to leave you.
I was 17,
as a son,
17 and a half. And
you keep saying to her, I'm going, she said no.
Yeah, no. And my mother was in a different city, visiting my sister. I mean, this is not, I shouldn't say it, but I'm going to say it.
Okay.
And my mother was in a different city, visiting my sister. So I went and tell my neighbor, lady next door, my mother said, if you can come with me to the notary to get an approval to leave to United States.
Oh.
So the lady don't know anything.
Okay.
So
thank you for telling us exclusive information here. Thank you.
And she said, sure, if your mother says, I'll go. So we went to the notary. In Mexico, notaries, they're different than here, than United States. They're attorneys. They're very strict.
Yeah.
So he started asking questions to the lady, and she didn't know what to answer. I mean, she didn't know anything.
Yes.
And so I answered for her. I said, well, my father died. I mean, I was answering for the lady, Doña Pilar. And the attorney says, well, I'm not asking you, I'm asking her. Her.
Okay.
But I said, well, my mother don't know anything, so I got an answer for you, because she doesn't know dates and stuff.
Yes, please.
And so anyhow, so somehow I end up with the permission to come. No, to go and apply for the passport, and then from there to the visa, the American consulate. So I'm just going to make
Oh
this faster.
my God.
And so I went to that was by myself, 17 and a half. And so I got to Mexico City, and they said, no, you need to go to Guadalajara. Your city belongs to
another
Guadalajara.
counselor. Yeah.
Another counselor. So I went there. So I was in front of I already had everything lined up. From my manager and the team, from many people, they give me letters and stuff.
Okay.
So I got to Guadalajara, Guadalajara, and I was in front of the consul.
Mm.
And he saw my paper, opened my file, he said, you cannot go to the United States.
Ooh.
And then he put my papers in the
Bag.
desk.
Mm.
And I said, why not? But that time, my aunt sent me a letter that she was inviting me to come.
Mm.
So I said, why not?
Mm.
He said, well, you're not allowed to. I
To
said,
go.
I'm only going to see my family.
auntie, yeah.
I'll be back. I got to go to school.
They said no.
No. But then he says, okay, I'm going to give you 1 week.
Just 1 week.
That's all I need.
All you need is just come inside America.
So I end up
Coming
my
here.
visa, so I come here.
That's it.
But,
When you
things-
come here, you now have the plan, right?
Well, no, I have no plans. I just
You
wanted,
just need to have a nicer place.
I just wanted to do something in life because most of the people my friends in Aguascalientes, they had they were like middle class people, the friends, not the baseball players.
Yes,
because
the other-
baseball players.
yeah.
So I just got here and I started looking for jobs, but they didn't give me no job because I was under 18.
Yeah.
Luckily, I find a gas station.
So you work hard workers. You work.
Well,
with-
I start from very
Very low.
very low.
So
I
gas
start-
stations.
Then little by little, I started climbing. I mean, getting another job, and I just keep climbing until I got to a factory. They were paying me $3, no, $2.75
$2.75
An hour,
$1
an hour.
an hour. Okay.
an hour, and then from there I moved to another one. I mean, many beautiful things happened in my life.
So you learn how to be independent.
Independent, yes.
Since you are 17 and a half.
17 and a half.
Maybe before that also.
Well, by that time I was already 18. I mean, when I started.
But you never work in Mexico? You have been working?
No, I was just
Yeah,
a little
just
kid.
a little
Well, I
kid.
used to do little side things for
Yes,
the
and getting some-
neighbors to get a little
But
money.
you always have a dream to become a successful man?
Well, yes.
Yes,
There was
that's what I
something-
need to
There
hear.
was something that I figured that
Inside you.
I'm going to have something in life. I got to work
Really?
hard but I knew that there was no opportunities for me in Mexico or in my city.
Yeah.
So here I was. I mean,
So you have a burning desire. You have a burning desire that you need to be something.
there was something that I guess I born with. You know, I wanted to do something. I wanted to do something. I don't know what. I didn't know. I didn't have no
At that
experience.
time, know what? And you start in the factory doing the same kind of job?
I start. I mean, the factory. I start 1974. But then, prior to that, I had my last job that I worked for a safe company, which is why I was involved in safes too, and. I learned so much from him.
Safes company, you mean like?
Safes.
Yeah, they make safes.
Yeah, well, he used to be a distributor.
Okay.
You know, he used
Selling-
to sell.
selling
And
safes.
I was the installer, and I was the driver, but I learned so much from him. Phil Singer, I still remember
Phil
him.
Singer, this
I
is your
can-
role model.
Yes, he
your-
was,
yeah.
and I'm never gonna forget him.
What he did for you? What he?
Well,
He almost adopted
you. Know,
you
he
as-
was. I got a relative took me there, and 6 months that I was in the company, Super Discount. That was his store. I still remember the address and everything. And 6 months I was there.
Okay.
one day he comes to me. He said, Joe, here's the keys. For now on, you're in charge. That was a big warehouse.
Really?
There was
Just 6 months.
6 months. And I said, Phil, how can I? There's so many people here. They've been here way before I am.
Yeah.
You're in
He
charge.
trusted you.
So that gave me some security that I feel why this man, a rich man, is giving me this
Trusting
opportunity. And then in 6 months, well, I worked for 3 years there. And I climbed very fast, and he was paying me very good.
Yeah.
But a couple of years, I believe, maybe not even 3. But my burning, I said, I want to open my own business.
Really? Okay.
I want to open. I didn't know. By that time, I didn't even speak the language. I don't speak it now, but
He was 20-some, right? 20.
I was 21, 22.
22.
And 22, 23.
And the language is barrier, still barrier language.
Very.
Still.
Oh, that was so hard. I mean, he used to call me on the phone. He said, Joe, I want you to do this, that. I didn't understand. I almost started crying because I didn't understand it.
Oh.
But one of the things I remember from him, many of the things, he used to come to me and say, Joe, what do you think? How should we do this? Anything, different things.
He's asking.
And I used to say, oh, let's do it this way, that way, Phil. Okay, do it.
Do it the way that you advise him to do it.
Right, he said, you do it. And then I started thinking, I got to open my own business.
Okay.
At 23. So I went to Phil. So I said, Phil, I'm going to go. I said, why?
Oh.
I'm going to open my own business. He said, do you know what you're talking about? I mean,
It's a big challenge.
Yeah, you're making good money. You need more. You want more money? Give more money. No, Phil, it's not the money. It's just something that's I'm going to do. And I want you to help me. He said, what do you need? I said, well, I need to start selling safes and doing what I'm doing for you.
Okay.
Okay, but I know you're coming back. So I'm going to give you, from the day you leave, I'm going to give you 6 months. Your job is going to be here.
Still, you reserve your job.
So I give him a date. I say, Phil, such and such day I'm leaving. So about a month before I leave, I say, Phil, it's 1 month. You're not even bring anybody if you want me to train somebody. He said, now I know you're not leaving. Last week, Monday, I said, Phil, today is my last week.
Oh.
And by that time, I mean, I remember I was making $270. By that time, I was making like $15 an hour. 1973, that was a lot of money.
Big. Oh, yeah.
That was a lot of money. I mean, there was money and the overtime and this, that. And that day, Monday, Phil, I'm leaving Friday. Are you sure? I said, I have no choice. I already made my mind. I'm leaving, Phil. He said, okay, I'll wait for you in my house Friday, 8 o'clock. Well, guess what? This man was, I hope he's still alive. Great man. He was living in Encino, a very, very expensive neighborhood, houses. So I didn't know what to expect. 8 o'clock in his house. Well, his wife cooked for me a dinner. They brought out silverware. I mean, I said, why this man is doing this?
Rewarding you.
That, and I don't know. He probably saw something that I didn't see back then. But then I went and opened I already had the place. I started the business. 6 months, I didn't sell anything. I mean, like $300, I believe.
So you spent all your savings?
Everything,
zero down.
And I was kind of ready to go back to work.
Go back to him?
I was doing side jobs for him. He used to call me to supervise because we used to.
So you're still in and out with him?
Yeah. He was making. He was kind of supporting me as the time went by, and I was just about get ready to go back. My job was there. I mean, he used to call me.
But this challenge, like 6 months, you trying to open your own place.
I already had it.
You go rent the place and you go open the place for yourself.
Before I I quit on him. I already had
You
my
already
place.
have your
I already
plan
had everything.
written?
Everything. I already had everything. My little place. That was just
I
a
know
little
that's
place.
a little, but at least you need to be independent. You need to be on
I
your
already
own.
had that in mind. And,
So you put everything.
Everything was
plans.
in my mind already.
And then 6 months, not even one sale,
No, $360 I sold in 3 months.
which is
in
not
6
your
months.
target. Yeah.
Nothing, not even for electricity. So he was calling me like 3 times a day. Joe, how much you make today? Then the next day he called, do you make your salary yet? You made your wages yet?
Oh.
He was like,
Yeah, squeezing.
squeezing me. And so I was just about to call him and say, Phil, I'm ready, coming back.
Oh.
The team, but the same team I came to the United States happens to arrive to play the same way
Another circle,
like we did it. So I ended up taking one of the guys from the team to stay at my house.
Oh.
And he asked me if I can take him to see his brother in San Bernardino, which is not far from where we are. I said, sure, I don't have nothing to do anyway. Yeah, I'm going to close him. I'm going to go back to my previous job. And I took him to see his brother, obviously from Aguascalientes. And then he asked me, what do you do? I said, well, I used to do. Now I'm going,
give him the story,
back.
okay.
I'm going back, and he says, well, I'm a wrought iron guy. By that time, I didn't know anything about wrought iron. Zero. Zero. And I said, no, he said, why don't you open a wrought iron? I said, no, I already spent all my savings. I don't have nothing to
do with this other business.
He said, I don't need much. I just need a welder, a vise, and a little place to work. And I can order. I have books, like picture books from
so you
Aguascalientes, so I can have them send it to me, and then that way you can start showing to people. So luckily I had a property I bought before, and there was a place empty. I had 2 garages, so I figured, well, let's start here. So we started in the garage. But I didn't have no truck, though.
No truck to transfer?
No, I have no truck. So I had a car, so I was loading the material.
You keep putting on the top of the car. Challenges until you climb.
Then I start going. Somebody told me, well, why don't you go to the Swamits? Swamits here is like a flea market.
Yes.
And so I started going. He made me a few samples, Luis, that's his name, Luis Herrera. And he made me a few samples, and I took the Swamit. And then I took a few safes, because I already had my safes. Yeah, the floor safes. I took a floor. Well, the first day I went to the Swamit, people never saw safes in the Swamit. I mean, you see different
other things, yeah.
And I started getting orders in my wrought iron little gates here and there. And then I sold 2, 3 safes that same day. I said, wow, that's good. And then I had a friend that he used to sell different things in a different Swamit. So I said, Ramon, why don't you take some of the safes? And he took 2, 3 also. And then by 2, 3 hours, he was calling, can you send me some more of these people that want to buy
Pick it up.
I mean, that's a way basically we started the business.
You started
little
with
by
your
little,
friend.
But I didn't know anything about the business.
Oh.
And when you want to learn, I guess you learn. And then I have no choice. I mean, I already give up my job. So
look at the amazing story, guys. Like, never give up. Wow. Never give up. Like, keep going, keep going. We're going to learn from Mr. Jose today how you never give up. Look, he was in his way to go back, one step back to the other job, the original job. But look, he keep pressing on, and he just let everything work. And he met his friend when he inspired him for whatever happening right now. So because we just have another 15 minutes, your story is amazing. Your story needs 3, 4 episodes. But let's say, what is the most? Right now you keep going and you're growing, and I know you have plans to grow, and you draw with your hands. Right now it's more computerized, and everything is computerized. And your reputation, I went to your 50th anniversary, I see the reputation, how everybody loves your work and the artwork. Even Renee, the new CEO, the second generation. He's doing amazing job. Also, I see Jose and a lot of people there. JC there, and a lot of people working in the company. I can see the workers and I can see the manufacturing. So what is the most time that you feel like the most challenge that you have?
The beginning is very hard, no matter what. I mean, even starting from coming to the United States. But I mean, open your own business, or open a business at 24, and with the barriers I had, the language, and I was young. But my ambition, there was so much. I mean, I want to do something, and just I can tell anybody that you never give up, no matter what. I went through so many barriers, but once you have an ambition, you want to do something, you gotta. It's not easy though. It's success in business, or I mean, being in business. You gotta work hard. You gotta be ambitious. You gotta be disciplined. It's not like, oh yeah, well I'm gonna get to work 10 o'clock because I'm the boss. No, I was the first one. 5 o'clock in the morning, I was there. 5:30 at the latest.
Oh.
And at nighttime, guess who was the last one to leave? That was
you are
me.
the one who closing the place, like
exactly.
Almost.
And I did it. I did it so many years, but to me that was like a habit in my heart and in my mind that if you want to do something, it's easy to. I mean, not easy, but I mean you can get there, but in order to maintain, you need to work
just
hard.
keep going. So if I said I need from you like 5 keys, 6 keys, whatever, 3 keys, 4 keys of how I can success, because this is all about the success stories. Like I'm so honored to meet such a person like you. Like really, it's a lot inspiring. You don't know how much inspiring me right now to just keep going with the Cross TV and make it bigger, because I meet the successful people. What is the secret keys? Like 3 or 4 of them, if you can just tell the viewers. 1, 2, 3. First one is wake up early.
Discipline.
Discipline.
You gotta be very disciplined. You gotta have ambitious.
Ambitious.
I mean, you have ambition. You need to be dedicated. You need to be a good people. Treat your workers. Treat your customers good,
very well.
Fair. Give them what they pay you for.
Integrity.
Because that, don't forget, that comes from my mother.
Yes.
She was very strict, and that I think anybody, if they really want to do it, they can do it. If I did it, I mean,
somebody else
can. And I hear so many people, they say, well, you know, I have no opportunity. Well, the opportunity is there. You just got to work hard. You just got to, if you want it, you can get it. I mean, you need to go and get it. Nobody's going to come and give it to you.
So there is a certain point when the businessman, very successful, go all the way to the top of the mountain, and then he can say, just let me rest a little bit, like 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, whatever it is, and let the worker work, and I am the boss right now. This comes to you somehow?
No, never.
Because you have this discipline inside you.
Well, that discipline, and I mean, God gave me so much. God was so good to me.
Amen.
And I just try to help some other people. Most of I should say that about 10 of the Rhode famous people around me, not in the same city, but around in different cities, they were there with me. So they're part of my creation. I mean, they learned the business, and they still help me whenever we have a big job that we cannot handle, or we can handle, but we're too busy doing something else. They come and help us. But I I should say, I mean, the new generation, new kids that are coming from, no matter what part of the world you come to the United States, it's here. I mean, the opportunity is here. It's just got to work hard. You got to be willing to work hard and discipline. I mean, it's so many things, bad things going on right now, but if you just stick in the right side and the good side and just
so you start
ask God to bless you and to guide you, and you make it.
I love this statement. God can help. So you feel like not just your own mighty strength did that, but you see God have been helping you. So tell me about your relation with God and how the Lord God helped you.
Well, look at all the things that happens to me. I mean, it's
since you are there and you came here by miracle. Right.
I came with the baseball team, and then coming back, going to the council, make it through, and luckily enough, soon I thanks to God, I had my
So you have these moments when you cry to Him, you pray for
I cry every day. I still do.
You still do.
I pray. I pray to God, and I always wake up in the middle of the night or anytime I say, thank you, God. Thank you, God, for all the things you've done to me.
So grateful spirit. We are coming to the Thanksgiving. What is the most grateful thing that you are grateful for in your trip, in this successful trip?
Well, one of the probably the greater they always think is, I mean, one was my mother. Mother that keep me straight. But here I was by myself. I could have done anything.
And
but you know
communicating with her?
No, it was. But in those days, that was difficult. The phone calls, that was too expensive. But I mean, I think it's just thinking, and I figured God is going to help me to be straight. And I was straight. I mean, don't take me wrong. There was a lot of bad things around me. But I was so strong to say no.
Temptations, you mean?
Yeah.
So as a businessman, when the money comes in your hand, there is a lot of temptations. A lot of things to go like other ways or...
Yeah, but see, once you have something in mind, in my days, when I started making a little money and a little more money, I figured, well, today is today. Tomorrow is another day. And I'm gonna work for it. So I didn't let my mind go off track. You know, I just stay focused and concentrated.
Wow, that's
and I mean, because once you start thinking, oh yeah, well, I made it. I got money in my pocket. Then you start losing concentration. You got to be concentrated.
So we're going to go through some pictures here, if you can see it. Let's
go
picture after picture, like you just explain some of them. The one that we're not running or the one that we're running. This is the title of, this is your company.
This is our company, yes.
Cortez?
Cortez.
Cortez means what?
Industry. Well, it's the same last name. Cortez.
And this picture, you remember?
Technology. Yeah, I remember exactly.
It's in your house or in your business?
No, my customer. That was one of my customers.
One of the customers. So you do this?
All those jobs I did myself when I was still.
So you are the one who did it with your own hand?
No, not with my.
Like you're drawing, but somebody else.
For customer.
And you follow up.
The guys in the shop, they're the one that masters.
And those is the beautiful places.
They're the master. I don't really.
Who's those people? Like who's this? Like
it was all. That was my second or third salesman in the right Alvaro, and then Salvador in the center. I mean, those people. Alvaro is, I don't know, I lost contact with him.
But those is when you start, when you are starting.
That was my starting.
And this is where?
Oh, this is our house here in Diamond Bar. I guess I was ready to. Oh, that one is in Guadalajara.
This is in Mexico.
Yes,
gorgeous. Wow, the view is beautiful.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
So how often you go? You still go there?
We go like 2 months. Look at it.
I'm
a good cook, though.
Okay, one day we'll
That's the
come
that's the only thing I know how to do is barbecue.
Barbecue is the best for you.
That's
That's
the only
it.
thing.
You don't do anything
No,
else.
nothing else.
So this is a family. This is a big family.
My family, yes.
Yes,
You asked me how often we go to.
So now, how many
Guadalajara.
grandchildren you have?
I only have four.
Four grandchildren.
Yeah, 2 and 2.
Okay.
2 and 2. That one is in Puerto Vallarta.
Yes.
Beautiful Puerto Vallarta. I don't know whoever
Yes.
is not been in Puerto Vallarta.
And those is
are
the
my
four.
kids. Yes, those are my grandkids.
Your grandkids.
There's the four. I call them 4 aces.
Four
To
aces.
me,
All of them aces.
yeah.
Yeah.
They're all 4 aces. Oh,
And
that
this-
one is when I used to when I come to before we come to play, they give us a little
The little things.
car.
Yes.
Yes,
And this
That-
is here in California when you.
That was in 1970.
Oh.
I remember that picture very well.
Okay.
That's in Puerto Vallarta again.
Okay. Okay. And this is here on the cross.
Oh,
TV.
this is here. Oh
Which
my
is the
God.
last picture.
Yeah.
Thank you. And this is how the company is.
Oh, there
Don't
is.
ever give
Don't
up.
ever give up.
This is your scenes. This is your slogan.
I have that one in any office in here in Rosemary. And I also have it in Mexico in the house. I have
Don't ever give
Don't
up.
ever give up. No matter what. Don't ever give up.
Okay.
God is always there for you.
Sounds great. And I hear also you have a heart of charity. When the person success and have good money, he has to also share somehow freely to some other the people who doesn't have advantage or something like this.
Well, I mean, God, like in my case, God gave me so much. So why not share and try to help and
help kids, help families,
especially kids. But in my main thing is try to help here to the people
community.
they need anything they need. I mean, if they need my advice for, I love to put people in business. I mean, I've always done that.
Whenever come and knock the door, I need work, I need help, you never
Come on
send
in.
him. Come on, work.
You hungry? Come on in.
You're hungry, come in.
Come in, work. We teach you. If you don't know how to do it, here. Anyway,
Yes,
go and
something
eat.
them.
Oh, sometimes I even just tell, well, why don't you just sweep the front and here, go and eat. I
Line
mean,
up and
yeah, because
feed
you don't
them.
want to. I mean, sometimes you don't want to take a risk
of bringing them.
Somebody. I mean, you see the potential. You need somebody that knows a little bit about welding and stuff. So, but
wow, that's good. Thank you
wonderful.
very much for
Well,
the hard
thank
work.
you,
Thank
thank
you for
you.
this amazing story. It's inspiring. I'm sure the people are very happy, and I know you cut your time as a businessman to come here.
No.
And
This is
thank you.
it's a pleasure, my pleasure
Thank you,
that
sir.
if we can help somebody, we can encourage people to, like I said, and there's not a new generation, even in all any age. I mean, if you start your own business, I always figure being your boss, having your business, being your boss, I mean, you can basically do whatever you want to do. If you're going to go to lunch, you can go to lunch.
I like
So,
this. I like this.
anything,
And you
so.
said the business, that the success is like a salad. You told me this is
Oh,
like
yeah,
a
yeah.
salad
Well,
thing. Like,
it is what it is. I mean, business is a salad.
Like a salad
You
plate.
need the plate. You need the
lettuce.
You need
the
lettuce. You
pota-
need
tomato,
tomatoes.
Yeah.
You need the onions. You need the.
What the recipe?
So that's business. You need, if you think it's going to be easy, well, no, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. It's
easy.
It's a salad.
No easy success.
Nothing is easy. Easy money
Easy goal.
goes easy, okay?
Yes.
But I mean,
Establish.
if you establish and you work hard, I mean, the
You're gonna
money,
gain.
if you take care of the money and watch the
So
money.
this is a 100%. If you take care of something and focus, and 100% success.
In anything in life, I mean, you gotta be
Anything.
focused. You
Focus.
gotta be, no matter what you do. I mean, you don't need to run.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do anything, but I mean, you gotta be focused and you gotta be disciplined.
Keep up.
And don't forget
Never-
the salad.
Yeah.
Never give up.
Yes, don't forget the salad. And everybody has his own recipe on it, but just one rule I have been learning today: never give up. When it's closed, keep going. When the door's closed, keep knocking, keep going, keep pressing on. Thank you, Mr. Jose.
Thank
You
you.
very
Thank you,
much
sir.
for
Thank
this.
you.
Thank
My
you very
pleasure.
much. Thank you.
And,
Would luck to
I'm-
see you again. I know there is a lot of more inside stories.
Well, I went a little too fast in my story, you know, but
I love it.
But I mean, that's
You are perfect. You said it. You will say it. Thank
That
you.
is a lot of things
I know.
that I could.
Let's do it. Let's do it
some
again.
other time.
Every Wednesday and every Friday we have these stories of successful people. I'm so delighted to have Mr. Jose here. And guys, like, you need to really, really focus and say, don't ever give up. This is his favorite paint. He bought it in 2 locations right now so he can see it, and he say to himself, don't ever give up. And we say it to you. See you next time on Successful Story, another successful story on the Cross TV. See you again. Bye-bye.